everybody. Hi, Teresa Levine. Good to see you. Welcome to kdmoonchild's world. I'm Katie, and we call ourselves around here, my subscribers, we all call ourselves moon dancers because, we like to dance the full moon and the new moon, but if you're like me, we can dance anytime you like the looks of the stars, the moon, or anything else. Just moon dancing is a good excuse and a good name. Welcome, welcome, welcome today. What a morning! I no more than get my card of the day posted this morning. And all the airplanes in the airports shut down and are grounded. It was so bizarre. I'm looking all over the place to try to find it, like on MSNBC or CNN, or only thing I could find were local, like Chicago and Philadelphia and places like that, where all of a sudden we got a computer issue. And then probably about 45 minutes after, they were really reporting into it, they didn't even really know what was going on. Then finally MSNBC and CNN and those guys pick it up and are talking about it. Picked it up in the morning show with Joe and Mika, whatever. Anyway, I don't watch that stuff. So I was just wanting to find out what they were saying about it live, and they weren't. There you go. What's important to CNN and MSNBC and those guys? Politics, and that's it. That could be why I really don't watch them. Clarence Fields, my darling, wonderful to see you. My brother. He's my first TLC community, tarot community, because he's not just in TLC, he's all over. He's my first brother. I was talking about how I had lost my family. I'm estranged from my whole family, as you guys all know. And Clarence was like, well, I'll be your brother. I'll be your family. So he's been my brother ever since. And my goodness, I think that was back in 2016? It was way before COVID hit. Hi, Rose Blue. Do I have sandbags? No, I'm not going to tell you what I have. Maybe I'll just turn the camera around so you can see what I have going on outside. You really, really don't want to see it. You really don't want to see it. So we're going to do this without unplugging everything. All the microphone and all of that lovely, lovely stuff. But you see that out there? Isn't that something worth complaining about? All that blue sky, like 65, 60, 65, nice and warm. A beautiful day. Okay, now let's maneuver back without unplugging anything. Hi. Yeah, that was a jaunt. Hi, Warrior Girl 113. Good to see you, huh? Yeah. Oh, yes, Clarence, we're family, You're waiting on your package. Oh, from your BFF? Ooh. Oh, you get a ticket. It's going to happen, Rose, when it's supposed to happen. So I know this sounds crazy. We're all trying to wait patiently on so many darn things. I don't know about you guys, but I think I've learned my lesson when it comes to patience. The last 7 years. Anyhow, 82 degrees in Texas. Yeah, see, but in California, they're getting deluged with water and rain. And yeah, bomb cyclone never made it this far. Not a drop of rain here. It was cloudy yesterday and a little bit windy, but it was still nice and warm. See, it's the difference between being on the eastern side of the Cascade Mountain Range, being in Arizona's. All that stuff dumps out on the other side of the mountains. It's all rained out by the time it gets here. So, yeah, that was weird. I'm sorry. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but my spirit guides went, there's a message in this. I went, yep. There was a message sent in that. That was not a computer clip. I don't believe that was a computer glitch. My gut says it wasn't a computer glitch, and I haven't read on it yet. Maybe I will read on that today, because that, if that was a computer glitch, I think it was well known. Just the timing is a little kind of interesting. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, the next 2 years, I am just really, really skeptical of everything. I won't believe any sound bites. It's like not from anybody, anywhere, any news source, without digging deep into it myself. You know, I was watching the Queen's tarot and astrology last night, from the day before. I try to watch you guys. I can't always do that. So, Manasa, hey, Manasa. I love you, sweet lady. Also, update. Dolly, from my sweet, wonderful friend Dolly, Wolf Girl Oracle. She is awake and doing fine. Last time I talked to her, you don't want to know what she was doing. She was walking around her hospital room because she had surgery yesterday. You guys who don't know, she's walking around her hospital room, passing gas. She was trying to fart. Oh, but her surgery was done laparoscopically. I told her she's going to feel like that for a couple days. Like she needs to fart, because when they do it laparoscopic, they blow you up like a balloon, and then so that they can see to move around in there. But it's so cool because when you're all done, you got little, like 4 little incisions, little buttonhole size incisions, and that's it. Instead of being like my mother, when she had her hysterectomy, they gave her a zipper that went from the, where your breast, where your rib cage, kind of trying to make how it meets. Anyway, it meets like this in the center. Well, her zipper, her scar start right up at that point and went all the way down. So, yeah, she's fine. She's as tough as an ox, that one. She works hard. She's and she's not afraid. She just goes for it. Just like, okay, let's do it. So she's her strength blows me away sometimes. And it's really cool because day before yesterday, I didn't talk to her much yesterday. She was pretty out of it yesterday. We were talking about the cards that I'm using for the card of the day, and how the card, one of my favorite cards in the deck was the Strength card, because it's like this Celtic woman, because I'm using the Druidcraft deck, and it's this Celtic woman with a boar, not this really pretty little blonde girly girl and a lion. I mean, she's like, this woman is like, got her arm around the boar like she's loving on her pet, This thing's like but not fangs, but tusks. And yeah, it's a pretty cool card. So and then guess what comes up today? I pull my card for today. I get that card. A lot in it. So then she starts telling me which Norse deity, or which deity, Celtic deity, she thinks it was. And yeah, we got in she and I do that. We just, we chit chat. Hi, how are you? Thanks. Well, I like the card. Da, da, da. And then we'll take off some deep rabbit hole. Or we talk about silliness, like how to cook something. Well, that's not silliness. That's fun lady talk. And that's fun lady man talk now. So, yeah, she's fun. She's a lot of fun. So I have a new deck today that I'm dying to use. I just got it yesterday. So I really haven't, I made a review for it that I haven't even edited yet. I have 2 new decks. I have one that PD Connects gave me, and I'm going to use that today. It's a Colette Baron Reed deck. One of these days, I think I'm going to have a show that all the reading is 100% Colette Baron Reed decks. I just love her so much. I like Denise Lynn too. But anyway, this is Alana Fairchild, and it's the Rumi Oracle deck. Look at the size. Look at how big that book is. The box is this big. I went Oh no, my poor thumb. How am I going to shuffle those cards? Well, the cards are a lot smaller. I guess they made the bigger box to fit the book because the cards are considerably smaller. Well, as I hold them up, they look like they're the same size, but they are a lot smaller. So it's okay, but they're beautiful. And they're good for YouTube because they aren't really super glossy. Aren't they pretty? Look at that artwork. This one is Let Love Transform. Now, we'll use these today, but I thought what I would do is get my impressions from the card. And then inside the book for each card, there is the actual Rumi poem, since he's the poet, that goes with the card. Look at the colors in these cards. Look at that. You who show the way. Hey, light workers. Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty deck. Oh, thank you. I have a little signature trademark thing that I've been doing on my nails lately. I use the clear gel caps or nail tips. It covers your whole nail. And then I put base coat on. And then, I don't know if you can see in there. See the glitter? Then I put glitter on the base coat. Then I stick it in a light. And, wipe off the loose stuff. And then I put polish over the top of it. And that's how you get the glitter in the back. But the glitter in the back never wears off because it's actually not on the back. It's sandwiched on the top. So I've been having a lot of fun. I got a lot of different colors of glitter. So I thought, oh, pink, I need silver to go with that. You rewatch? Okay. Got to do your wash. I love you, Rose Blue. Thank you for being here, sweetie. You know you're always welcome. And hey, you don't know. By the time you get done with your laundry, come back, we may still be here. I'm not in any hurry to go anywhere today. Although, actually, no, it's Thursdays that I don't like going long on because there's usually someone really good coming on right after me, and I don't want to, I don't want to hold anybody back from where they want to go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have my people I like to watch too. So. Oh, thanks, Morning Girls. That's fun to do. It's really easy to do that way too. Because the glitter is like there. Well, it's sticky because it's in the base coat. So you can actually take your finger and pat it down. You're not supposed to use gel on your skin, but I do like the 15 seconds, so it just gets it tacky. And then I pat it down, and then I put a top coat. Thin layer of top coat first. Hey, PD, I'm telling how I did my nails. You listening? Our nail expert, Miss PD Connects. See, PD, I was telling him how I do the glitter in the underside, which really isn't in the underside. It's so easy. It's so silly easy. It's base coat, glitter on base coat, nuke the base coat 15 seconds, glitter on base coat, another 15 seconds, pat with your finger to get it as smooth as you can, light layer of clear coat, and in there for the full 2 minutes, 60 seconds, 2 minutes in UV light. And then I put the color on, and just like the regular nails, but it ends up with the glitter showing on the underside, but not showing on this side. So it's fun. That's easy, huh? You can actually, you got nail glue, glitter, or nail glue and glitter nail polish. You can do the same thing with nail polish if you don't want to mess with gel. I just like gel because I'm kind of klutzy when it comes to drying fingernail polish. I have so many beautiful colors in fingernail polish, but inevitably, no matter what I do, I always have one finger that's all screwed up. So, you're doing your nails? Hey, perfect. I should go get my file because I was sitting just before I went live. I was sitting and just, sharpening my edges. I love it. I love it. That's so cool. Yeah, I got so many new subscribers in the last week. There's a lot of new faces here. Thank you all so much for being here. We have a lot of fun here. I don't have a lot of rules. Hey, Scotty, welcome. You don't paint your nails? You don't think? Well, you could, Steven Tyler, he's kind of, well, he's got tattooed nails, though. Can you imagine how bad that would hurt? Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Because he's got black stripes down the center of his nails. I don't know if you guys ever noticed. Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. He doesn't have just black nails. He has a black strip down his nail. That's not paint. That's a tattoo. A lot of heroin to be able to do that. That's all I can say. Woo-wee. Yeah. Not like he never did any heroin or anything. None of those guys from Aerosmith. Hey, you guys like my new background? It's fun. I can't wait to get a black light because these and these and the little mushrooms down here, all these little kind of greenish colored stuff, they glow in a black light, and the rest of it turns dark blues and purples. None of the yellows and greens and stuff. So it's like it becomes this only really nighttime. So yeah, I just didn't have the money to get the black light and the backdrop. So one thing at a time. And if we're really desperate to see what it looks like, I do have my nail lamp. We can look at it for 60 seconds, 2 minutes at a time, because it is UV. Anyway, I'd be constantly hitting that button, and then it'd probably be burned out before we got done the 2 hours we're here. So, yeah, I thought this was appropriate because it even has a moon. What you're seeing around the edge of your screen is the actual whole picture. But I can't make myself go away because if I leave the studio, then we all leave, I think. Well, it still leaves a big black spot for me. So, yeah. But there's a moon. That moon up there. Did you see it? So, yeah, I was getting kind of bored with the little mushroom village. And I don't know about you guys, but did it seem like it was getting lighter? I don't know. It seemed like it was kind of fading in color. You have a black and blue nail tattooed by a hammer? I've had my fair share of those, believe it or not. Oh, man. Lost this thumbnail because I slammed the damn thing in a sliding glass door. Yeah, it turned big and round like this. I had to stick a needle in my fingernail the next day because the pressure behind my fingernail was so bad. Yeah. Yeah, it was creepy. And you know what was strange is you heat that needle up with a flame, get it really, really hot, and then you stick it through your fingernail so that it'll bleed out all that blood that's built up in there. And it doesn't hurt at all. It stinks like burnt hair because you're going through your fingernail, but it doesn't hurt. Freak. Whoa. I was like, oh, how strange. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm such a girly girl. That's why you only see me in nails in the wintertime, because all summer I'm out gardening or hammering this or building that or repairing something or hi, Janet P. My dad was, it's funny. We were talking about him. Dolly and I were talking about him this morning. He was very much a man of the silent generation, that greatest generation, the World War II guy. He was in the Navy in World War II. And he always wanted a son. He only had one kid. The odds are he was 50% sterile, so he, was just happy to get a kid, but he wanted a son. So when he got a little girl, he decided he was going to make her capable. And no man was going to be taking advantage of his little girl. Like, working on a car, using a hammer, power tools, all that stuff. He had me out there doing that. Hand me such and such a wrench. And if I didn't hand him the right wrench, he'd tell me, no, remember. And he'd teach me the names of all the tools, like a Stilson wrench. You guys know what a Stilson wrench is? I'm like, huh? That's a giant pipe wrench. Sucker's so heavy, I, as an adult, can't hardly pick that sucker up. It's so big. It's just really heavy. I have all my dad's tools. So yeah, it takes the pressure off the nail. It really does. That hurts. When you have it build up like that, you're going to lose the nail anyway, first of all, because you killed the nail bed. You damaged the nail bed. That's why it puffed up like that. And when it puffed up like that, it cut off the blood supply to the nail bed. So you're going to get a whole new one anyway. So you might as well poke a nail in it. Or no, yeah, I've seen people do it with a nail, like on a job site. People we've hired, to work. Not like I ever worked in construction on a job site. I'll leave that to Stony Baker. Speaking of, maybe we're a little too early for him. He'll get here in a little while. Dolly is doing well, Janet. Thank you for asking. This morning she was, they kept her overnight, which was the plan. She bought a new robe and jammies and slippers and everything to go. And I'm like, honey, and then you're going to be sleeping in one of their lovely gowns, but it'll be comfortable to ride home in. And she's like, huh? I'm like, they won't let you stay in those things because if they have an emergency, they'll have to cut them off of you. Oh. She's never done this before. So, yeah. But she had eaten a couple meals. Like she had soup and stuff for lunch. And then I don't know what she had for dinner. And we talked a little most of the evening last night. She and I chit-chatted. And then this morning, I post my card of the day at 3:35. And she's like, oh, I love the card of the day. I'm like, what the hell are you doing awake at 3? For her, it was 4:45 in the morning. You're in the hospital. You're supposed to be sleeping. Yeah, Stony is sleeping. Yeah, it's too early for Stony. He'll be here probably about the last half hour, 45 minutes of the show. He's usually here, though. Yeah, so she'd had her breakfast. We just chatted, and then the airline, she was like, oh my God, all the flights are grounded, Katie. And so we talked about that for a while. Then I got to looking at the rain in California. I'm going, and none of that's getting over the mountain to here. It's beautiful. Blue skies. Here, there's a few clouds. No, right now, there's not a cloud in the sky out there that I can see. Oh, there's one. It's kind of gray. But that's not anything that's going to do anything. So, yeah, that was pretty weird because I was thinking, oh, I have an international airport here. Things could be kind of interesting. And then I'm like, you dummy. I have Fort Huachuca, 21 miles to the south of me. That's an Army air base. I have Davis Monthan Air Force Base right here in town. That is huge. I have an Air Guard base here. I have TIA, Tucson International Airport, in the city. So, and their runways and everything are right next to each other. The base, the Air Guard, it goes the base, the airport, and then the Air Guard. It's weird to have the, public airport in between two military areas. But then you go just a little bit north of me, and it's a Marine base up in Pinal County. And then a little bit north of that, you've got Luke Air Force Base in Phoenix. But you've also got Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix. That's a big airport. So, but we would have to be taking, if something like that happened, I'm sure we would be taking flights, emergency landing flights here for people in California, like LAX and stuff. That's crazy this morning. That was just, The Great Pickle. Is that in opposition to the Great Pumpkin? I would definitely be very flattered to be called a pickle. I know what the pickle's about. You and your pickle suit, woman. So now that we're into our silliness, almost a half an hour, you know what I did last week? We were talking about the 4 agreements, right? And the one that I taught you guys, I taught you the 3rd agreement instead of the 1st agreement. I couldn't see. I don't know why I was looking at it, but today I'm going to teach you the 1st and 2nd agreements because they're really, really important. And then we'll be all caught up. But the 1st agreement is to be impeccable with your word. Do you remember the day when a person's word meant something? If I'm one of these people that if I promise you something and I can't keep my promise, I beat myself up for that. When, as my mom used to say, "Hi, Jenny." My mom used to say, life's what happens when you're making plans. Can't let those kind of interruptions just be such a distraction that it's a mountain. Hey, Renee, Tarot Love Community. Good to see you, sweetheart. So yeah, the 1st agreement is be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Ooh, what's that word? Clear them cobwebs out. Integrity. When's the last time you heard anybody really get into that word? I know you hear me talk about it here all the time. It's because it's the only place I think I hear it. I don't hear it very much. That word, integrity. It's like that's why we don't believe what's a fact and what's not a fact. And I don't even think our kids are taught integrity and honor, Say only what you mean and mean what you say. Hey, Jay, good to see you. That was fun earlier on your live stream. You and Gertrude. I love it. My friends over there. And avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip against others. So be careful about how you talk about people. Be careful about how you talk about yourself. Are you discounting someone else? I'm not going to ask you if you're discounting yourself because we constantly do that. Stop it. You're a blessing. You're a gift. You're a wonderful creation. The fact that you are completely and totally different from anything that has ever existed before, that's pretty fantastic. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. You guys, this is in a book by Don Miguel Ruiz. I will put the link. I think I said this last week. I'll put the link for the book because it comes in Kindle and Audible and in print form. It's a pretty book in print form, and it's not very thick. It goes into more detail on these. It's a nice book even just to have sitting out on your nightstand or your coffee table to remind you, these are the things that when you violate them, it's almost like you violated someone's trust. And when you keep them and you honor them, what's going on back here? Hello? Be nice. I'm hearing an argument. I feel like I'm Nancy Jean on Scott's on Sunday. She kept having cat spats. Anyway, they got new cat food, my kitties, so now they're feeling spry and spunky. Yeah, this book is an excellent book. These are also teachings of Buddha, by the way. And And if you structure your life around these 4 agreements, you will have a very happy, beautiful life, because you're doing everything with the right intention, and you're doing it all with truth and love. So you're going to go find some lunch. Enjoy, my dear, enjoy. I sent you a couple of links. I don't know if you've had time to look at them. The second one that I sent you, I know may have some stuff in there that might be beneficial for you. First one, we'll see. It's an ad. The second one, though, is a guy by the name of Andrew Cartwright, you guys. He's a financial advisor that keeps us all up on what the new government benefits are, because they aren't handing them out like they did before. Is here, just have a check from the Treasury. You actually have to go and apply for some of this stuff. And it's now been being divvied out by each state, which makes it scary. Although not for me anymore. I have an actual Democratic governor now. So, yeah. Carrie Lake was not sworn in. She's been hanging out in Mirgalaga. So, yeah. She went and hang, going to be a vice president loser. Did I say that? No, I didn't say that. Anyway, I think I've been saying all along, that's the only reason she ran for governor in the first place, was to get known. She wants to be vice president and possibly president someday. But she's going to have to fight Marjorie Taylor Greene and Kirsten Sinema for that. Oh, and don't forget Barbie Bobart. No, I don't have any opinions on the politics. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a bleeding heart liberal independent, because the Democrats aren't liberal enough for me. So, yeah, that was fun, Jay. We had a good conversation going about yoga and Tai Chi. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, there's, everybody thinks, oh, yoga is such a calm and peaceful way to go. There's been a couple of yoga yogis, gurus that have been pretty horrible cult leaders. So it's just all depends on the people, I really believe, the follower. Because if you're someone who is just searching on the outside for all your answers, you are going to be so susceptible to organizations like cults and things. I used to be one of those people. I know what outer space and inner space is now. Outer space is everything that's not inside of you. Inner space is what's inside of you. It's that simple. Outer space is not the universe, the cosmos, outside that bell that seems to keep Earth separate from the rest of whatever. Outer space is everything that's not inside of you. Let's pick some dinner. Do some cards for dinner. You hear me shuffling? Got my food fortune cards. That's what we got for the first 3 cards. Yeah, that last week. I'll do that one. And that goes with, hey, we might be lucky and get all 3 of them in one draw, in one pull. Well, we could. Okay. Could be quite an indigestion primer, but I would drink it. I would do it. First card, Ace of Sides. Salsa and chips. Yum. Next card. The staple. A grilled cheese. Now, skip the chips. Dip your grilled cheese in the salsa. I do it all the time. It's so good. And coffee. Oh, no. Is that tea? No, it's espresso. You see the Italian flag down there? Oh, down there by my finger. Kind of looks like we kind of see that major indigestion there, but there's a meal. There's our lunch. Cup of espresso grilled cheese with salsa. Oh, here's a good way to make grilled cheese. I'm not going to pull anymore. Let's go with that. That's perfect. I swear I didn't stack that deck. What was the next card? Sausage links. Anyway, grilled cheese. I used to work across the street from a Sonic, my office. So I used to do their grilled cheese sandwiches all the time. They're really cheap, and they make them with Texas toast, so they're really thick and lots of cheese in between. So I found out for $1, they'll add stuff. So I'd add a sliced tomato, a slice of onion, and jalapenos, and then grill it. Oh boy, was that a good grilled cheese. And it was like $2.25. And then I get the small tater tots, and I think they were only like 50 cents. So I could eat for $2 every day. So good too. And I'm not a big Sonic fan, but to this day I crave those darn grilled cheese sandwiches. So when I make grilled cheeses here, I gotta doctor them up somehow. If I don't do that, I'll do tomato soup, but I put lots of basil and oregano and garlic in my tomato soup, so then it tastes like progressive tomato basil soup. So I have adult tomato grilled cheese and tomato soup. Hey, when I was a kid, that was my favorite lunch, but then I lived in snow country. But yeah, the first agreement, back to that. Be impeccable with your word. You know, back in the Victorian era, a man didn't keep his word, he was liable to get his head blown off. This one, I could talk for hours on this one alone. This is the second agreement. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. You don't know what's going on in someone's head. You don't know what struggles they're worrying about when they pop off at you and are rude at you. That's why I always tell you guys, be kind to those who are not kind to you. You know not what is going on with them. And this is the very reason I say that, because it has nothing to do with you, why they got rude with you. Nothing to do with you. It's everything to do with them and what they maybe experienced 5 minutes before at the stoplight. Yeah. It's a projection of their own reality and their own dream. So if their reality is one they're not happy with and they're not living their dream, they're going to be rude to people more often than not. But that's not under your control. So don't take it personally. Use that lovely word, discernment. Decide what to take and put in your puzzle and what to let go of, because the pieces don't fit. When you're immune to the opinions and the actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. You know what that sentence says? I'll read that again. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Are you a people pleaser? When you try to please somebody and you fall short of that goal, do you think it bothers more, them or you? That you didn't measure up to your standards or their standards. The key words there, you didn't measure up. That could be very well because you had the opinion and you were trying to walk someone else's path, not yours. We've been doing that for a really, really long time. In our worker mentality, I'm not saying that's bad, because it's good to be a hard worker, as long as you're not doing it in a slave mentality at a slave labor rate, which is what we've been in. I mean, gosh, almost 40 years since we really had a true, honest to God cost of living increase. That is absolutely ludicrous. That's most of my adult life. I got the Social Security raise that we got these last 2 years is more than I've gotten in 20 years of being on Social Security disability put together. Because so many of those years, we didn't get a raise at all. And if we did, it's 1%, 0.6%, 1.2%. This time, 8.7%. Whoa. Yeah. And most of us, we paid into that. We worked very hard to be able to collect that. And now they're talking in Congress, they want to take it away. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't. Why would they do that? Their constituents need that money. We depend on that money. And the people that the conservatives usually used to be able to depend on to vote their direction were people that are older and on Social Security. You think they're going to vote for some fool who wants to do away with their livelihood and their health care? I'm sorry, it's not even logical to me. Unless they got something better, and they don't. They don't. Yeah, they got something better, private insurance. We know how well that works, don't we? But yeah, these agreements, if you're careful about keeping your word and not taking what other people say to heart so personally, and you don't make assumptions. We've only got one more. I guess we might as well go ahead and do that one today. Why don't we? Because, you don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstanding. It also avoids sadness and drama, and in some cases, trauma. Benny Loco, my dear. Hello, my darling. Benny and PD are my guests tomorrow night on the Lightworkers Roundtable. I cannot wait. By the way, all of you all who watched, did you watch the the shit show that happened last Friday? Did you watch it on the Midas Touch by any chance, loves? Because I know a lot of you in here are big fans of that channel. I certainly am. Well, I was like totally, happily, thoroughly surprised, and I've been waiting today to mention it. Miss Benny Loco was a moderator in there for that live stream that night. Whoa, crazy Benny. Oh, man, girl. What an honor to be a moderator for the Midas Touch. And then on that particular live stream, holy. Yeah, crazy, huh? So, yeah, Benny is everywhere. Benny's been on YouTube since 2007. Yeah, I love the Midas Touch. Those guys are over there are so cool. They make so much sense, too. 60,000 in the chat. I get happy when I break 10 in my chat. And I remember the days when I was hanging out with the Slab City crew, which I think I saw you first over there, Benny. Long time ago. It was like 2015, I think. Yeah. Over the yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, that's when I started learning how to mod. It was over there. I learned really quick. Oh my God, that community was half trolls anyway. Almost 15 years, and all I got is this stupid t-shirt. Yeah, didn't get a gold watch yet. You Urbex Slab City? It's an interesting place. Interesting people, let me tell you. Yeah. I was hanging out in that. I still lived here in Tucson, but that was my YouTube community. That's when I first started this channel. I had a party channel. We drank and smoked pot, and I smoked cigars and had my bleach blonde pixie hair. Well, actually, I think I also had rainbow colored hair when we first started doing it. Yeah. Ended up with a troll who really liked to give me shit because of my trying. You're just a grandma trying to look like be some young thing. And I'm like, dude, I'm nobody's grandma. I never had any kids. So yeah, I ain't never going to grow old because I don't have to. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Like I was telling Renee last night, I was talking to her on the phone. You see these lines? All these lines on my face. This life earned every one of them, and I'm proud of them. The last thing I would do is Botox or do the tech to get rid of those lines. I'm proud of them. You know, I also used to be very large. So that's part of the reason they're there in the first place is because I was 275 pounds. Oh, me too, Benny. I can't wait. You like the picture in your ad? I was like on your Instagram looking around. I went, oh God, this is the picture. This is it. This is Benny. Goofy picture. You guys, I hope you'll all come. We're going to have a good time. Yeah, I got Petey and Benny. Stoney keeps telling me, what are you going to do? How are you going to keep control of it? And I'm like, you don't understand. It's the three of us. Who's going to control the three of us? Good luck, YouTube. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, the fourth assumption. I'm really scatterbrained today. Must be fibromyalgia. Gotta be. Where's the fourth one? Where'd it go? There it is. Might be because I don't have them in order in my phone. The fourth agreement is to always do your best. That doesn't mean be perfect. That means give it your best shot. Give it your best shot. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It'll be different when you're healthy as opposed to when you're sick, right? Under any circumstances, simply do your best. Don't beat yourself up if you don't achieve the goal you set for that day, that moment. Yeah, I saw that. Petey's a dead ringer for Benny's niece. That's so cool. Under any circumstances, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment. It shuts your ego down because when you shut down self-judgment, you shut down self-abuse and regret. You see how these agreements, if you just live by these four simple little rules, it'll change your life. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. And most of all, always do your best. Gee, simple concepts, huh? Really simple concepts. So that's our 4 agreements. Really super simple. Yeah, I learned those a long time ago, and I thought, I posted them on my community page, and I was like, you know what? We could talk about that. YouTube, I swear, just tried to tell me something was wrong. I was offline. Not according to this. And then it just popped right back up again. Mercury is really messing with us this time. I don't know about you guys. I made 2 videos yesterday and started editing them, and I couldn't get my editing program to do anything I wanted it to do. So it was like, okay, I'm not supposed to do this today. Shut her down. Got one of them slick done this morning, right? Really quick. And when I say this morning, I get up at 2:30. So I could post that card of the day in Instagram. So that's when I do all my creative stuff, make my ads, do all my, for the channel, work on my cards. By the way, happy to announce these little teeny tiny cards I'm finally getting next month. I got them in my cart. Blank tarot cards. I keep forgetting to do it so that I can print them out on the card and use them here. I mean, might as well. I mean, this is my prototype working of my oracle cards. So I want to use them. I want to see which ones work and which ones don't. And that kind of, you like the little tiny guys? Yeah, I've been working on writing the guidebook for those. There's 66 cards there. But I can write 66 pages. Come on. But you get that 66 pages, an introduction, different spreads, and how to use the cards. It's going to say it grows as you get into it. So, but they're all really intuitive. I mean, I really don't have to do a guidebook at all. The guidebook doesn't tell you how to use the card. It's more little memes and that kind of thing that goes with the card. Like, here's the Serenity. This is the Serenity card. That's a pretty intuitive card. Most people could pick that up and read something from that. I don't need to go into, security card. I don't need to go into detail what security means. Hi, Dee. Good to see you. I need to, momentum. And I happen to show you 2 really dark cards. They're not all like that, really honest. I like this card, Magic. Yes. I love this one because it reminds me of home. But yes, it's the Merkaba, as well as planting that seed. You reap what you sow. So you can get messages from these cards. Yeah. So yeah, no, just here's one. Love is love. Unconditional love. I had a blast doing these. They were so much fun. Listening to Learning to Fly by Pink Floyd when I came up with that card. And some of the cards, I have a couple of them in here. One of them is Dust in the Wind. A couple of them are names of songs. This one, here's one. You see the lady? She got down here, she's got a bottle of wine in her hand and a glass. And that's her back you're looking at. And she's walking away. She says, I've had it. I'm done. And then there's this one. I'll stop there because there's 66 of these. Your late husband was a magician? Really? How cool. How fun. Yeah. Oh, there's the passion card. See, I just went through and was sitting in notes on my iPad, on my Mac, and Spirit just started giving me these words. So I just started typing them down. One, and next thing I know, those words became the sentiments for cards. So, yeah. Integrity is two little doggies sitting side by side like they're doggy lovers looking at the moon. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So, passion to you is urbexing. You know, abandoned things and abandoned places are really cool. Where I grew up in Oregon, in Southern Oregon, we had a lot of abandoned logging equipment and stuff out in the forest. And it was always fun to climb around on that stuff. I mean, we're talking locomotive, train, you know, steam engine size shit. And those were the tractors that were like pulling logs and all that. Yeah, cool, really cool things. And they're just sitting there rusting and rotting away out there. Yeah. The desert is a fun place to urbex, that's for sure. You have to be really careful doing it here, though. Too dang close to the border, I guess. I don't know. Well, most of the good ghost towns and stuff, like Ruby, they're down really close to the border. So, unless you go to the ones up north, I actually come from a kind of ghost town. It still operates because the ranch operates. But my grandpa used to own a ranch. When you go on the Black Canyon Highway, for all you are not from Arizona or been through Arizona, Interstate 17 from Phoenix to Flagstaff goes through. That's the road you go. You turn off of to go to Sedona and stuff. Well, there's a place called Cordis Junction, and all it is a great big rest stop on one side of the mesa where you look down, and then there's this big grassy spot in what looks like a little tiny town. That was my grandfather's ranch in town. He owned the town. Everybody who worked there either worked for the U.S. Forest Service, worked for cattle ranches, or they worked for my grandpa. So, kind of interesting to look down there. And they've got these binoculars you put a quarter in so you can look down there at the buildings and stuff. And I'm going, my grandpa owned that place. It's pretty cool. So, yeah. And I'm not a desert rat. I basically grew. I'm a Highland girl. I'm a mountain girl. I was born in Flagstaff and raised in the national parks, Grand Canyon, Bryce Canyon National Park in Utah, and Crater Lake National Park in Oregon. So when I moved back to Arizona and we moved to Tucson, it was kind of a culture shock. Yeah. The little town you came from in Oregon only had 50,000 people. About 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 times that in Tucson. So a couple million people here. You subbed on your urbexing? Oh, for 20 minutes. Yeah, that's my troll guard. Last couple of weeks, we've gotten trolls in here. I had it set for 10 minutes, and what they were doing was they'd come in, they'd wait for 10 minutes, come in, give me shit, and then go on and then unsubscribe. Yeah, aren't they fun? Whack-a-Troll is my favorite. That's my favorite computer game, to be honest with you. Yeah, they do. It's kind of interesting. Oh, now you're all smitten? You're from all the green, cool places of America. It's interesting. Yeah, the desert is... I used to have a boyfriend that was from the Oregon coast. And he lived here... Well, he lived in Phoenix for a while. And he used to tell me all the time, you don't understand how beautiful that desert is to me. And I'm like, why? What? You're born and raised in the rocky, beautiful Oregon coast. Come on. He says, that's beautiful. You don't have to look for it. It overwhelms you. It literally splashes over the top of you. In the desert, once you really start looking at it is when you see its beauty. And he's 100% right. The animals, yeah. The desert's a very magical, spiritual place. very much so. And the Tucson desert is wonderful because we don't have the dust storms. We have them, but they're not like Phoenix has haboobs. I mean, turns your swimming pool into mud. Not quite, but it does. Dirt and shit covers the top of swimming pools. It turns lunchtime to darkness. Those dust storms up in Phoenix, we don't get those. So, because we're just a little bit higher in elevation, so it's just a little cooler. And that has a lot to do with how fast the heat rises. And when that heat rises, that's when you start getting the thunderstorms and all that. Although we get worse thunderstorms here than they do up there because we're higher in elevation. It's crazy. We do. I love my monsoon. Yeah. I have some friends that live in Palm Desert, Benny. And yeah, the first 2 years of COVID shutdown, I think they had rain twice. Well, the first summer of COVID shutdown, we didn't get any rain here either. I mean, we got 2.6 inches that whole year here. And we get 12, 13 inches on an average, which is quite a bit, actually, if you think about it, for a desert. So, but there's a lot of, this is not like the Mojave. The Sonoran Desert is lots of life. It's not like Yuma or Palm Springs. Hey, or Gilbert, for that matter, or Chandler. Oh, they can have all that up there. I do love it up once you get past Phoenix, so it's beautiful. It's just too many people. Arizona's getting lots and lots of people coming here. So it's time for me to lots and lots go somewhere else. I'm born in Arizona. And I came back here. I've been back here for 37 years. So I can move on again. Time to go somewhere for the last days of my life. I thought I wanted to go to the Pacific Northwest because I was thinking, well, they're a little more liberal up there. And I'm going, what are you doing? Don't you have any memories at all? I came from a logging town, not known for being real liberal. You lived in Arizona for a minute? Yes. Mesa? Oh my God, no. And Mesa's cooler than on up in Phoenix and Glendale. The urban heating up there adds 10 to 15 degrees to the temperature. All the car exhaust and the people in the buildings and the asphalt and the cement, it just all grabs that heat and holds it. I can remember coming down here on vacation as a kid, visiting my brother in Phoenix, and just waiting to get to come to Tucson to see my aunt and uncle because it was so much cooler in Tucson. So, but we run pretty neck and neck anymore, Tucson and Phoenix, because Tucson's grown so much, and with climate change, scares me is we're running out of water here. Scary. I mean, Colorado don't got much water left in it, Benny. What are we gonna do? And then come to find out, our governor here in Arizona was letting farmers from Saudi Arabia grow alfalfa here with free water so that they could ship the alfalfa back to their cattle in Saudi Arabia. And they're using our water and not making them pay anything for it. My water bill is close to $200 a month. And those ass wipes are filthy stinking. They're not even, I wouldn't classify them as rich. And they're not. But that governor's gone. Yeah, now we got to clean up his mess. He also put in shipping containers all along the border with Mexico. He's going to finish Trump's wall for him no matter what. Now there's environmental agencies and all kinds of people are going after him because he blocked off migration routes for things like pronghorn, antelope, and stuff that live on both sides of the border. When he put those shipping, that totally put up, I mean, that, what's funny is that's probably one of the most insecure walls you could ever build. You know how easy it is to cut into a shipping container? To just cut a hole right through it. I know, it really messed with the migrations bad. The wall that Bush put up messed with the migrations. This thing, besides that, it looks like a garbage dump all along the Arizona border. Because they're not, you know, they're not like painted at least that dang fence that Bush put up rusted all the same color. These things are gray and yellow and red, whatever color the company was. It's disgusting. Yeah, you heard that on Texas Paul. Yeah. It's really sad because that's where I heard about it too. But if I pay attention to local news, I get really upset. I can't. Only thing I watch on local news is weather. Because Tucson politics is great. Don't get me wrong. We're pretty liberal here. Tucson's pretty awesome. It's a melting pot. But you go very far outside of this area and you get what you get. Has he really, Benny? Awesome! I love Texas Paul. He's great. I am honored to have you on my show, my lady, and to know you. Wow, it's so cool. Yeah. Do you ever mod for TYT? I saw, I don't know if you guys know who he is, H7 Apollo. He used to hang out in the Slab City group. I saw him in the chat a couple of times on TYT. You do for TYT? Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You know, John Idarola and Brett, I went to school with them. Especially when they're on together, I never miss it because, God, they're funny together. Brett's a crack up. Oh, I have a little elemental hanging out with me here today. There's a daddy long legs right down there. It's really weird because I have daddy long legs. I just went through this room and like got rid of all the spider webs and spiders and all that. But there's always one right here at my card table. And every time I try to kill it, I hear in my head, no, really deep. I don't know if that's the spider telling me no, or if that's spirit telling me no, because I think it's an elemental. I think it's supposed to be here to guard me or something. So I don't leave. He's big too. I'm not worried about it. Daddy long legs don't bite. So what the heck? He's keeping out the fungus gnats out of my grow. Yeah, out of my grow room. Which, by the way, is so stinky and sticky. I reached through that plant earlier today. I reached it with this fingernail polish, right? I'm going through to the cupboard to get something out of the cupboard that's behind my plant and pull my hand back through and wipe my hand on my hand. I had cat hair stuck to my fingernails because I had cat hair on my pants. The cat hair was stuck to my fingernails from the resin and the buds on my plants. All I did was like weasel my way in to the plant to get to the cupboard behind it. I didn't touch any buds. Just, yeah, that's how sticky it is. Yeah, they do. They're great to have around and they don't bite. I just don't want to. I got a thing about bugs in my hair. I just don't want him to get in my hair. He's over here. I don't sleep over here. I sleep over there. You guys didn't know you were hanging out in my bedroom, did you? No, maybe you did. When I have the kdmoonchild with the lights going behind me, I'm sitting on my bed because that's my headboard. Yeah, I love my channel so much. I sleep with my channel art as a backdrop with lights going behind it. Actually, that's what I use for when I'm on other people's channels. It's my subtle way to advertise. Works. Works. I don't do a lot of other people's channels though, but that's okay. I mean, I'm open to it. Always open to it. You're smiling ear to ear for me. Oh, it's, yeah. One of them, so I sent Harley, I don't know if you were in there the other day when I sent Harley the pictures and he was talking about the colas. One of my colas is almost 16 inches long. And the top part of the bud is about that wide. I don't have Benny as a mod. Oh my God. What's wrong with me? Actually, I usually make everybody a mod, so we'll just fix that. See? You guys are my regulars, so. Thank you for reminding me, Warrior Girl. I love it. There you go. Anybody else I miss? I made Scotty and Benny and Warrior Girl. I think I got y'all. D. Make her a moderator too. Here's what I got. My little baby. This is the neatest vape. If I can get it out of there. It's magnetic. No more screwing the thing into the battery. It has a magnet that screws onto the bottom, onto the very bottom of the cartridge. See? Little magnet. It's this guy right here. And it's a strong, you saw me trying to pull that sucker out of there. It's a strong little freaking magnet. And then you just put it in the hole. And that's that. It's there. Man, it's there. Pretty cool. Oh, like I ever doubted you would respect the wrench. I count on you guys, you know. Like I said, I have weird stuff happen once in a while. Hey, at least I'm not like the Queen's Tarot and Astrology I was watching earlier. That poor woman, ever since, she is so accurate and so good that when she mentions certain names, political names, she buffers. It sucks. It sucks. But that's YouTube doing that to her. But she gets into spy stuff, and it's not a conspiracy either. She's really good. This is called, what is this called? A palm. That's a palm. P-A-L-M. They're all a fail for you. Well, this pretty much is in my hand all the time, but this is my painkiller. This is, by the way, this is White Widow that's in here. This is my painkiller, so it's always with me. I don't always buy vapes. I'm big on flower. I'm a flower girl, and I do like my dabs. But that's like having my dessert before I go to bed. You know what I mean? Give me my bowl of ice cream. Right now I got a flavor that's orange apricot by MAC. So, and it's tasty. And the other one is Mount Lemon, which is fascinating because it's a local strain from Tucson. And we have Mount Lemon. That's our tallest mountain right out here. So, no, it's kind of hard to misplace your dab rig, especially when it's hot. You don't want to mistrace it. You might burn something. That's, the nectar collectors that are silicone. I have issues with them because after a while they get I use a ceramic tip, the tip of them gets slippery after a while when they're hot, and they'll slip out. And I have scars where they've landed on me. Yeah, ouch. You really move in a hurry. Yeah. Ouch is right. So, but that's usually because I'm dabbing somewhere I shouldn't be doing it. Should be sitting where it's not like in my lap in the first place. Like at a table maybe, or a tray might even be beneficial instead of literally in my lap. But when you're in a hurry and it's almost 4:20, you gotta go. Oh, you guys. Anybody want a card? I would love to pull some cards for you guys. Got these beautiful decks. God. You have like 30 oracle decks and 35 or 40 tarot decks. So, I don't have them just for me. Ooh, here's a beautiful color. Ooh. Message from Spirit. We're going to just take this. Did I see Stoney's knee? No. Oh, yeah. Droplet scars. Well, mine aren't from Brad. Mine's from the freaking glowing red tip. Or the glass top. Oh, God. Those things are always top heavy. And I use a beaker-sized bong. So the dab rig, if I don't turn it sideways, it tilts way down. So the glass top's always falling off. That sucker hurts too when it's hot and sticky. But I'm going to look this card up because this is beautiful. It's a blessing card for us. Let's see, card number 39. Hear the dog barking next door. Ooh. It's hard. One of these days I'm going to do this from my backyard. We're going to sit in my backyard once I got flowers blooming and stuff and do this from outside. I think it'd be a lot of fun. This is the card. And this is from my Rumi deck. The Blessings of Zahara. Let go of thought. Don't take it into your heart. You are naked. And thought is like ice. You use thought to seek release from suffering and pain, while thought is the cause of your suffering and pain. The realm of creation is outside the scope of thought. O foolish one, see the opus and behold the beauty. Look in the direction from which the images flow. See the brook that causes the wheel to turn. Not a pretty card. This trippy. This deck is really, really cool. I am naked. Yeah. And she is too. Look at her. Wow. I love Rumi. I knew I was going to really like this deck. I got goosebumps. I think that one. Nope, it isn't. Let's find this one. This is one I'm seeking out because I want to show it to you. This is not because Spirit is. Well, maybe Spirit is telling me to show it to you. This is not. I'm not shuffling for it. So it'll take me just a second. These cards are the artwork. I'm in love with them. They're sticking together though a little because they have a matte finish. Matte cards do. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Since we have so many ladies in here, the dance of the divine feminine. Look at that card. Look at the passion in her dress. If a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the saw or the oppressive sounds. If the sun and the moon could stand still like the rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like seawater. When the seawater rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain. Pours the rain of sweetness. Is that all? I think there's more. Nope, that's it. That's beautiful. I'm going to really enjoy these cards. I got to read the book first, but just the poems that go with the descriptions, the cards are beautiful. Because, look for in the next day or so. I'm in the middle of doing the editing on the review for this deck. I also got, PD gave me, PD connects, because she wants to read. Both of us do readings and we both have the same deck. So she gave me this one. For Christmas, New Year's, thank you, my friend, kind of a gift. So I also have that one ready to do too. And the cards are here for you to use if you want me to. They're gorgeous cards. The artwork on these is it's on Alana Fairchild. And all her decks are always gorgeous. They're always very artsy. And you know me, I'm the artist, so I dig the artsy stuff. But the wisdom of the oracle, they're also fantastic with beautiful cards. So. I like this one. This one's cool. Mending. Isn't that cool picture? Look at, what does that card say to you? Ooh, and it's a 7 card. We're mending our fences between the races. That's what that card says to me. We're making a banner saying that we're mending our fences. I love it. So yeah, that's a Colette Baron Reed deck. Her cards are trippy. They're shroomy cards. But yeah, she's like one of my favorite card authors. So, this one. Just not quite like the movie, huh? The never-ending story. Doesn't it seem like that's what we're all caught up in right at the moment? I'm ready for the story to end. I don't know about y'all. Yeah. Anybody? There he is. Where you been, Stony Baker man? We've been talking about you. Were your ears burning? Benny and I have been in here having a ball talking about you. Oh, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. So anybody want a card? Or I'm just going to start picking people. And say, I'm going to pull you a card, and I'm going to pull you a card, and I'm going to pull you. You want a car? You want? I'll pull you a card. Not a car. You don't want me to pull your car. You wouldn't get very far. You would definitely. I'm looking for where I put the water down at. Yeah, there it is. You should see the little space I'm working in here. Little tiny space. I'm actually getting a folding card table so I can expand a little bit. I feel like everything's all on top of me. We were right. Scotty and Benny and I were like, yeah, he's sleeping. Pull your card. You'll follow me everywhere. Well, you follow me everywhere anyway. That's okay, because I follow you too. You want a card, Stony Baker? I'm going to give you a Wisdom of the Oracle card. A trippy card. Or is that blowing my ear? Well, that works too. Yeah, walking contradiction. A MAGA stoner. I think that's a walking lost. Good idea, TV tray. Well, what it is a large TV tray. It's actually a side table from Cost Plus, from World Market, made out of some kind of monkey pod wood or something. God, when I bump my knee on it, oh my word! And then I'll get this. The wood is really hard, really, really hard. I don't know what it is, but yeah. And it's really heavy. And it's chocolate espresso color. And it gives me splinters. So I would expect it was really cheap. I think I paid $20 for it. $19.90 or something like that. So I get fabric and put on the top. Oh, I discovered broadcloth. I'm getting a bunch of different colors. Yeah, the walking lost. Well, if they're a MAGA, they're walking lost anyway. So they're the walking lost trying to be found. They're looking for clarity. Right? They're looking for clarity. Yeah, the walking lost. Absolutely. They have a pulse. Oh, Stony, your card jumped out. Ooh. Interesting. It's got the yin card. I always wondered when you look at the yin and the yang, which is the yin and which is the yang? They're opposites. That looks like that's almost if you were going into a church, like that's if you were Catholic, that's holy water. But it appears to be rose petals, pink flower petals. Oh, pink flower petals. Stony Baker. What are you harvesting right now? Yeah, yin is the female. That goes with the pink. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Dee. Yeah. In public, you point at them and laugh. Yeah. I tend to get myself in trouble doing stuff like that. It's like I wear my mask every time I go places still. If I'm going into a public place, you're going to see me with a mask on, and I'm obnoxious with it. I have Hawaiian print silk masks and leopard print. It's like, if I'm going to do this, it's going to be a fashion statement. If you guys don't want to look at it, turn around. Don't look. It's me wearing the mask. Why does it make you uncomfortable? Because you can't see my mouth. You can see my eyes. My eyes are the window to the soul. What do you care if I'm sticking my tongue out at you or if I'm grinning? You should be able to see that in my eyes. You know, I had so much fun wearing a mask. I love sticking my tongue out at people. And they're screaming and yelling at me about how stupid I am, and I'm going. And I turn around, walk away, and I'm giggling as I'm walking away. One of these days, they're going to hear me and smack me. I just expect to get a bottle at the back of the head. Turquoise covering eyes. Yeah, that's a really cool card, but the flower petals are telling me something actually in this card. You know, we're talking about the other day, you were talking about how you don't have very many plants in flower. Veg. Is there a message in that card about that? About your flower? Maybe you're supposed to try some new ones. You got those new seeds, dude. Pop some of them. You still can. Full moon was just a couple nights ago. This is the 6th. This is the 11th. Actually, you could do it tonight if you wanted to, because this is a portal. This is 111. So it's very similar to doing it on a full moon. You stink. You stink. I love that. What's with the mask? I like hiding. I'm incognito. What do you care? Now, you know what you can tell them? I have leprosy. Let me breathe on you? Hey, Stefan. Good to see you. Yeah. Gimp mask. Yeah. Hey, that's what my comeback is. Okay, I had cancer. When I had cancer and was going through chemotherapy, I had to wear a mask when I went out in public, and nobody ever looked at me or said a single thing weird. course, I was bald as a cue ball, but, you know, that could give them an idea of why I had a mask on my head. But so, yeah. And then my other comeback is to people who, what are you wearing a mask for? Well, when you have surgery, make sure you tell your doctor and everybody in the surgical room to take their shoes and socks off. Don't wear gloves, and by all means, don't wear a mask. Let yourself all hang out. Hang loose while you're operating on me. I want you to be comfortable. Does that make sense? That's my comeback. That's my mic drop on don't wear a mask. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And I'll tell my surgeons every time they operate on me, don't wear a mask. See how far that gets you. You ding dings. I used to be a veterinary tech, so I know how you want to talk about bacteria, funguses, and viruses. Animals. Hello. Wow, I just shuffled all those cards again, and look what I got. I think that's for all of us. Careful where you plant your seeds. Plant them gently. Be kind. Yeah, let it hang out, baby. Let it all hang out. Na 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 na. Na na na. Hey. Oh, did you? Who was it? Somebody was using a rocker song again, and it wasn't Twisted Sister this time. And they never even got, before they even got the song finished playing, they had a lawsuit filed because they didn't ask for permission. It's about damn time these politicians get in trouble for using. We can't do it in our YouTube channels. Why should they be allowed to? When they got the money to pay to use the song. Oh, wrong song. You know so many songs, Benny, but then when you start singing them and stuff, or you request them, like the Carpenters and stuff like that, then I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that song, and I can sing every word. But to pull it out of the cobwebs, the cobwebs have gotten kind of thick over the years. I mean, between chemotherapy, fibromyalgia, and just plain being 65. Well, I will be 65 in 3 weeks. Yeah, we're not going to take it like Twisted Sister. Yeah, I like Twisted Sister. Yeah, that's one that they were using, and without their permission. And they went after him. Stupid. And the YMCA song. That one cracked me up. It's Game Pro's birthday today. That's good to know. Thanks, Stoney, because if I see him in your chat later, gotta tell him happy birthday. Yeah, he follows me on Instagram. I should tell him happy birthday in there, huh? So also is Mari Martel's birthday from Tarot Love Community. So yeah, this is fun. You know, I woke up this morning at 2:30 going, okay, I get to go live today. Going, I could get, yeah, there wouldn't be anybody there. But there's enough of us that are going to be harvesting in the next month or so that there might be some of us there in the middle of the night as we're in trim jail. That was cute. Just dumped half my... Well, PD was in here earlier. I don't know if she had to go because she had something with Deanne or what, but she was here. Yeah. The metal version of YMCA. Panama pupil came over earlier. You got an exchange student, Stoney? Or are you talking Panama red? Like as in really good weed. Because you guys were talking Panama. Well, Harley was talking Panama Red in your chat the other day. I was like, I've smoked the real deal of that stuff. I've smoked the OG, that stuff. God, that was ages ago. 1970, 78, I think that was. So, Stony, did the storm that hit California, did that like affect the whole, did that get the Pacific Northwest too? Just curious. I'm really wondering about the Sensimelia crop in Emerald Triangle, because they've had 2 earthquakes and now all this freaking rain. You see pictures of Sacramento lately? God, Santa Barbara? It's crazy. Jay was just on live and he was just saying it was raining at his house still. And he's in the Orange County area, between Orange County and San Diego. So, yeah. It was really smoky from me. I love it. I love it. I loves my Stony geezer. Hey, you know, Scotty, we're all geezers in here pretty much. I'm a geezer. A girl geezer. But I'm still a geezer. Because I'm older than Stony is. But Tie Me Up is older than I am. So, there's a couple of you guys that are older than me. I'm not the oldest one in this group. Oh, wow. You guys, here's a card for all of us. I got every card I've gotten today has been added up to 7. What the hell? I love it though, because it's all about reflection and assessment and control. Look at this. Isn't that a cool picture? A leg up. Come on, Mom. Give me a leg up. I think that's what we're all asking for. Tie Me Up is 67, yeah. D, you're 57? Oh, you're a youngin', girlfriend. February 3rd, I will be 65. And I was thinking about doing a party show. You guys want to come and hang with me and come, like, pop on the panel and stuff, just hang out and to help me celebrate my birthday? It's on a Friday night. Depends on what's going on. My friend, I have a friend coming over from Safford, Arizona to spend the day with me. But that night we could have some fun. Yeah, we're going to go to the gem show during the day. Because, yeah, I was a little panicked. A little bit. Not bad, because it doesn't, the gem show, whether it happens or not, doesn't affect me personally. But it's kind of a bummer if it doesn't get to happen. So when all the flights shut down today, I was like, oh, damn. All those rocks, crystals, and diamonds and precious gems, they're all coming in right now because they're setting up for the gem show. It starts next week for wholesale for the jewelers. Largest gem and mineral show in the whole world is right here in Tucson. And it started, has always been right here in Tucson. It just used to be a group of rock hounds. So. Hey, Albert. Thank you very much, Albert. Yeah. Willie had a problem last night. That's why he wasn't around when you were live. They got new cat food. I got them this really good cat food. Salmon and all this protein and no grain. Instead of it grains, it's got sweet potatoes. Cats loved it. They loved the cats. Before I got to bed last night, Willow had to sit in a puddle of water because Willow had a problem. The squirty farts. It was bad. It was really bad, but it's all gone today. It's my fault. I switched their food. Usually when you switch your pet's food, doesn't matter if it's a dog or a cat, you should do it half and half. Their old food mixed slowly in with the new food. But we ran out of their old food. Completely ran out. Like they were eating tuna out of my cupboard. My tuna. They thought they were goddesses. They love this. It's salmon and I can't remember what all. It's all meat. And yeah, they really liked it. But boy, it's got antioxidants and probiotics and stuff for their old bones because they're 14. They'll be 14 in, tuna's a drug. Yeah, they'll be 14 in April. So, this cat food has glucosamine and chondroitin in it. And so it's supposed to help their digestion, their skin, their fur, all that stuff. So maybe keep the hairballs down, what I'm thinking. Not the shedding. That's impossible. The only way I could keep the shedding down would be to shave them. And the way Willie was pissed at me last night after I had to clean him up. Black Opal Direct. Oh, I love black opals. Ooh, Benny, I'll have to check him out. Thank you. That's cool. You know what? I made you a mod, Benny, and you're not showing up in my chat. Blue. Because I'm looking at... There you are. There you are. It helps if you catch up with the chat. Because I'm on troll patrolling here. So. Yes, we do. Well, them fur babies have just as much right to be here as we do. And it's our job to take care of them anyway. That's what we're put here for. You know? We weren't put here to say, okay, here's your planet, use it up. We were put here as stewards and managers. Not controllers and users. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Steph. Yeah, I'm a big environmentalist. Hello. I don't have a choice. I was raised in the National Park Service. You can't take a rock out of the park without getting a big fine. So everything is protected. You opened a can of tuna once last year, and both my cats were at my ankles. And a cat I didn't know. You open your world with tuna. I used to get food bank food. I'll admit it. Last year, I was eating from the Feeding America Food Bank. And they give you giant cans. I mean, they're like the big, thick, for like a family of 12 cans of tuna. And I get 2 every month. Well, I don't eat that much tuna in one sitting. Thanks. Once in a while, I'll have a tuna sandwich or tuna macaroni salad. You know, I'm not crazy about hot tuna, so like tuna melts and that kind of thing. I don't eat, but it's like, well, I have these 2 cans of tuna. This is a good backup in case I run out of cat food. Well, guess what, gang? I ran out of cat food. Sunday, that's what the cats had to eat all day Sunday, was one of those giant cans of tuna. Way too much for them in one serving, but they liked it. And it didn't give them the squirty farts like their new food did, but the new food is good. It's better be good. God, it's $38 for 10 pounds. That's not quite a month worth of food for my 2 cats. But then they're not normal kitties. They kind of eat a lot. Big cats, big appetite. You have 3 cats, Dee? That's cool. Scrubbed up cat hair for 4 hours. Yeah, I get that. So I have so much cat hair. It's like it's woven in my eyelashes. I have 2 half Maine Coons. So they have long hair, lots of long hair. Yeah, she did. She's funny yesterday. I enjoyed her yesterday. I was nervous because of Dolly having surgery yesterday. So I just kind of pretty much hung out and everybody's chats. I didn't get much done yesterday. So I made up for that though this morning. I'm back on schedule again. But yeah. She's doing good, by the way. Ray's doing good, Stony. As far as I know, I think she's probably home by now. She was just supposed to spend the night. They were going to send her home the next day. So your tablet crashed. I hate that. You want one of mine? I never use them. I use my phone. And then I can't figure out why I think I'm going blind. The writing and everything is so small. Because I have an iPhone, but I don't have a new iPhone. I have the SE. It works. Works good. Thirsty. Couldn't be Cottonmouth. Oh, you guys. So, tomorrow night, we're going to get in trouble, Benny. We're going to have fun. I have, a little bit of an outline kind of a thingy we follow, but I think this year I'm going to make that a lot more relaxed than it was before. So new year, new look, new attitude. It's a wonderful day for a moon dance. You like my new background, Stony, by the way? The other one was getting kind of faded and bleh. It's still here. It's just on the other side. See, it's still there. It's right there. I have a tripod on with a really long bar that goes across the top. And so I have backdrops hanging on each side of it. So it just depends on which way I flip it as to what show I do. And this one, once you put it to a black light, totally changes completely. It becomes really dark blue, dark purples. And everywhere you see light things like the butterflies, the mushrooms, they all glow in the black light. So that'll be fun to use. But I got to get a black light. I don't have one. Yeah, there you go, Stony. Play that one later. It's the wonderful. You love my art? Well, thank you. I like me art too. I have a lot of fun doing that card of the day every morning. Get up and go to the bathroom, and it's before I'm really even totally completely awake that I'm doing that. So you never know what you're going to get. It's always good, though. Everybody seems to like it. So been doing it every day for over 2 years. And I haven't missed a day yet on that card of the day. I haven't missed a card reading video for my Saturday card reading videos since I started this channel either. So, yes, but isn't that every day, Stony? The perfect day? Yeah, what time do you think you're going to go live, Stony? You going to be in lurker mode, Benny? I wish I was brave enough to play music on here, but I get popped for music that's supposed to be safe, like Ben sound. I pay for Epidemic sound, and I've gotten popped for both of those for copyright. There's also another one, Upload, I think. No, Upbeat. And Upbeat is free, 100% free. Don't have quite as many songs, I mean, like Epidemic Sound is 30 million songs, something like that, 300,000 songs to choose from, and they're all prearranged. So you get a code when you download the song. You get a code that you put in your video, and that song is only approved for that video because it's only approved to go with that code. And that's how Epidemic Sound gets you. What happens is, sign up, you get a week free, and you think, oh, I can download all the songs I need for my channel during that week, and then frick it, I won't pay. Nope. Because they only work on one video at a time. You got to go in and get another code. So, yeah. But hey, that's smart. That's also why they're $16 a month, too, versus, well, if you pay for Ben Sound, I think it's only a $9.99, something like that. But Epidemic Sound has some really good music. So. Anyhow, we're almost there at the 2 hours. Always amazes me how fast this time goes by. It's like you start, and the next time you look, it's been an hour. Coffee music. Cool. Awesome. I will, definitely, darling. There's another one that's a YouTube channel that is no copyright. And they have really cool, good, deep bass stuff. You know, like drifting music and house music. And so, yeah, stuff that's current, not that same old guitar tune that 3/4 of the people on YouTube start their dang YouTube videos with. You know what I mean? Because they downloaded it off YouTube, so I know it's safe. And guess what? I've gotten copyright strikes on shit I downloaded off of the YouTube list. If you don't cite it in your sorry, that's an author term. If you don't do like a biography or list it in your description box, what the song is and where you got it from, yeah, they'll get you. But both of the ones that I think I have 3 of them, and all 3 of them are both say that they may stop my channel from being, or that video may not be monetizable in other countries. I'm like, I don't care. I ain't monetizing. I don't care. I'm not going to monetize on here. That's not even a plan. So that's why I will smoke weed on here and stuff. It's like, I'm not monetizing. I'm not breaking any of YouTube's rules either. I'm not going out of my way to not break them. It's just they happen to work right now. You know? I have broken my party channel. Hey, Catlin, good to see you. Yeah, my party channel I had before, I got shut down twice for copyright. So, because I was like, screw it. I don't care if you like it or not. I'm going to play Enter the Sandman if I want to. So I put it on my card of the day for today, by the way. I want to know why you can do it on Instagram, and Instagram will provide the clip for you. But you can't on YouTube. You know why? Instagram doesn't have a music platform. They have Spotify, where YouTube has YouTube Music. YouTube. Yeah. It's just to get you to do the YouTube thing. I used to say, when YouTube first started doing lives where you could do panels and stuff, I used to say, you guys, they're going to take this away from us eventually. And they did. That when they did Hangouts. They're going to take this away from us eventually because they want everybody to do YouTube Premium and YouTube TV and YouTube Music. They want you to pay to keep the ads away. And I won't do that. Well, I watch most YouTube on my phone anyway, and they don't make an ad blocker for YouTube for mobile yet that works. So that's okay. got Surfshark, so I'm cool. And I know they're not my sponsor, although I probably should talk to them. Wouldn't hurt anything. Get a discount code for you guys to use too. You fell asleep in the chair. What's the matter with you, girlfriend? You missed the whole show. I hope you had a good snooze though. Oh, that's funny, Petey. You and Dolly, because I'm sure she's snoozing in a chair right about now, because I bet you she's home by now. What time? It's getting, 1:55 here. So, yeah. And the two of you and Dolly are in the same, Petey, are in the same time zone. So, I'm sure she's home from the hospital now by now. She was feeling pretty spry this morning. She looked great. She even sent me a picture. Her hair looked good, and she didn't even look like she'd had surgery at all. Man, I'm like, eyes, dark circles under when I have surgery. So she looked great. She's doing awesome. So I'm happy for her that finally that the surgery's out of the way, because it got postponed for a whole damn month. Can you imagine that? Somebody tell you have cancer, but we got to get your thyroid under control before we can do surgery for your cancer. I was like, huh? What difference does it make if my thyroid works right if I die of cancer? I kind of thought that was kind of weird priorities, but hey, it worked. I got her. She doesn't hardly have to take any thyroid medicine now. So apparently they were overdosing her on her thyroid, and it was making her gain weight. Took her cancer doctor to find it. She didn't even need the thyroid medicine she was on. So they had to taper her down off of it, or lower. You know what I'm saying? You guys, we can't expect a doctor to know everything. They're not a computer. And look at all the diseases out there. They just more and more and more and more of them all the time. And they're human beings just like us. But yet we expect them to be perfect and know everything there is to know. And hey, I'm a computer person. I have a bachelor's in computers, but I don't know everything there is to know about computers. I have a master's degree in creative writing, but I don't know everything there is to know about. That reminds me, writing poetry. By the way, here's a book, guys. Awesome book. This gentleman, Jeff Bailey, poet. It's a book of poetry. It is all his, a commodity of musings from my life. Look at the artwork on this book. Okay. Jeff is an awesome dude. I'm going to have him on. I haven't talked to him yet, but I know he'll come on. I know he'll be here because I want to talk about this book. But I won this book, and I wasn't even aware that I had entered the drawing for it. But I won it through TLC. Thank you, Renee. But it's all poems. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. Den of Iniquity. Martyr Slaughter. The World. So yeah, kind of cool. I love it when you know somebody and and they wrote a book and you got the book in your hand. Pretty cute. Pretty cute. Pretty cute. I had teeth like pickle. You did? Oh, you don't want to know what my teeth were like. My teeth were a mess. So I had braces. And now they're dark. It's funny because I talked to a dentist about, getting the teeth whitened. They can't do that with my teeth because the color of my teeth, it comes from fluoride tablets my dad had me take when I was a little girl to help fight cavities. I didn't have hardly any cavities, but I have brown teeth. It's okay. They're hard as hell and they're all mine. There's not a denture or an implant in my head. They're all my teeth. I got a lot of cousins that can't say that. At 35, they had dentures. So Pickles soaking in alcohol? That's what I need to do. I need to soak my dab rig. But I can't smoke dabs if I'm soaking the rig. It's a personal problem, huh? Your cussing was getting out of hand? Who were you cussing at, Stoney? Stoney's going to scrub his skin off again. Hey, Stoney, I got new nails for you, by the way. Subtle, huh? With silverback. He's a potty mouth. I'm the potty mouth. I'm doing so good here. Every once in a while, you'll hear me say shit or fuck, but when I'm not on YouTube, it's pretty much every other word. I try. I really try. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I have the mouth of the sailor. I know what to say. I managed to do pretty good on here, so I don't offend too many people. When you're looking at me face to face, I don't care if I offend you. That's pretty obvious. I'm not real popular with most of my neighbors. But, hey, update on the gentleman that took my kitty. You know, he had Christmas, Thursday before Christmas, he had a water pipe break and flooded half of his house. Well, it turns out it wasn't the water pipe that broke. It was a leak that had been happening for years that just finally got to the point where it was spraying out instead of a constant leak. His kitchen faucet, every time he used it, was wobbling. Hello. I'm a girl, but I know how to sweat pipe. Yeah, you got a freaking leak. And then then he tells me the one in his bathroom was doing the same thing. Go figure. The kitchen was flooded, rotted out his cabinet. The one from the bathroom was so bad, combined with a leaky roof. The eaves were leaking down into the wall. He's got a wall that's all bowed out. New Year's Eve, the gas company had to come and turn his gas off because he had 8 gas leaks. And when they did that, it turned off the water and the gas in 4 houses. Karma's a bitch. That's all I got to say. Then, the city comes, right? Because they discovered one of the major places he had leaks was in his water main. Well, insurance is not going to pay for all this damage because it was all pre-existing stuff. I shouldn't smile, but God, I love karma. Anyway, he was out looking at the trench that the city dug to put in. They're going to put in a new water main in his backyard, and noticed a spot where it was starting to cave in. So he went and grabbed a shovel, and was digging, and he never digs holes in his yard. He's 80, by the way, and he's digging. He said, "Katie," he said, "all of a sudden I started seeing sparklies in front of my eyes, and my heart was beating really hard." He said, "I don't know what happened." He said, "I thought I was having a stroke or something." He was going into afibrillation. That's when your heart just beats really, really fast. So he was in the hospital for 3 days. All the stress of all that shit piled up on him and couldn't take it. Well, I'm out there getting my mail when he comes home, and he starts yelling at me about how the hospital treated him. And I'm going, what's that got to do with me? Hello, fouragreements. Don't take it personally. It has nothing to do with you, Katie. And he's yelling at me at the top. Cardiologist said I could go, but this other damn doctor wouldn't let me go until the next day. And I'm just like, Yeah, because that was the hospital doctor. That was the admitting doctor. They don't let nobody out of the hospital without that dude's signature, because he's the dude that put you in there in the first place. He wouldn't let me get that out. Every time I tried to talk, he'd start yelling at me. So finally I was like, you know what, dude? Good luck. I walked off. I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, I worked in a hospital. I'm trying to tell you what hospital policy is. Good luck, dude. And I walked off. Well, he tried to call me a couple hours later, and I was on the phone with somebody. Didn't answer. He was like trying to apologize. All that stress just. But he picked me to be the rug in the hitching post, and that's not allowed. Nobody gets to do that to me. Nobody. So, yeah. And I think he was kind of wondering why I've been really, ever since August, I haven't been around. I don't talk to him. If he's outside, I stay in. You know, that kind of a situation. I go get my mail. I like beeline it out to the mail and come right back in because I don't want to talk to him. He took that cat. He took that cat and told me he thought a coyote had gotten her. That's a bold-faced intention to cause hurt lie. I will never trust him. So I have compassion for the shit he's going through, but you know, that's karma. He's done that, like what he did to me and the cat. He's done shit like that to other people for a really long time, and it's all catching up to him now. This is what is going on in the shift we're in right now, energy shift. It's pretty interesting. That's why all these really negative people are really out and in our faces, is because we can't deal with them and shut them down if they're hidden in the shadows. Oh, that's my neighbor too, Stony. The one on the other side of me who was giving me shit about my dead trees. She was telling him, I'm out there listening. And she was telling him about how, yeah, she's got 3 Chihuahuas and 1 American Bulldog boxer mix. Big dog and 3 little dogs. She's walking them all one day. And she's all telling the guy on the other side over here, telling him about how, yeah, you know, the other day down there, they got a husky. I was walking by the other day and the damn dog attacked us. Her husband goes, oh, God, stop it. That's a lie and you know it. I was like, oh, thank you. I'm so glad I heard that. Because now I know what other people are saying about what she says about me, because she talks about me all the time. But she don't like me. It's so funny. And it's all over 2 dead trees. She doesn't like me. She threatened to sue me, and I told her to fuck off. It doesn't work that way. But I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't have already talked to a judge, and the judge told me I could sue her for harassment. I already had a case to sue her if I wanted to. I'm not that kind of person. I am not a vindictive, I'm going to get back at you revenge kind of person. It's like karma does it for me. Thank you. I don't need to. Yeah. Oh, she immediately went right straight to this. She came home, we were walking, and I met her. We were going opposite directions. And yeah, she came right immediately home and went to the zoning department and turned in the dead trees, which was the best thing she could have done for me, because then the city came and cut them down. I didn't have to pay someone to cut them down because they were dangerous. So the city cut them down. Yeah, I got to lien on my house for it, but that's okay. I don't care. Pay it off when I sell the house. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't call him vain. Vain is too nice of a word for that man. He thinks that no one else in the world matters but him. I really do believe that half of him still thinks he's the second coming. You know how he was holding up that upside down Bible during demonstrations during COVID. You got Boo Boo. Hi, Boo Boo. Wants to kick your ass half the time. Oh, that's Aloe. Actually, that's both my cats. Willie, though, he knows what side of his bread is buttered on. He knows who to suck up to and who not to suck up to. And last night, he's got a lot to make up for last night. Yeah. I don't like cleaning diarrhea butt cats when they have a lot of long hair. Is it named Moody? No, it's Boo Boo. He's a bitey. Only time Willow does not like my nail. You know, I'll pet him, I'll be petting him and stuff, and all of a sudden he'll bite me because he doesn't. The nail is like too close to something or something, and he'll nail me. It doesn't like bite me to bring blood or anything. It's bite. So stop it. Go away. Stop it. Go away. That kind of a nip. The two of us. I don't know who's pet there. I definitely have convinced that I'm his staff. Most definitely both of their staff. Especially yesterday. Because they're grazers. They're used to having dry cat food out all the time. And they haven't had that for 3 days. So they pretty much kept me awake all the night before last because we didn't have any dry cat food for them to graze on. Thank goodness it came the next morning before 9 o'clock. It was here that morning. Amazon's pretty good around here. Used to have a brush monkey. Oh. I have a, it's called a Zoom, I believe. Just a second, I'll get it. It's a silicone brush thingy. My cats love it. I get it out, and they're like, meow, 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 meow. Time to get brushed. And they don't do that with like regular brushes or combs or anything. Ouch. Hi there, Miss Aloe. You see it? Okay, what? Uh-huh. I found a friend. Hi, come on. Yeah. What? What'd you say? Snoozy. She's sleeping. Anyway, this thing is the coolest cat brush, you guys. There you go. It's a Zoom Groom. And it's silicone. So it doesn't bite and pull and scratch, but boy, does it grab their loose hair. It is the coolest thing. I've had it for years. Got it at PetSmart, I believe. So I'm sure Petco or I've seen them on Chewy too. They're like $7, $8. Yeah, it is. It's just like a giant cat tongue. I hold it like this, and they look at it as though you're petting them. If I can get her to see it. Get you guys to see her. Honey, what's this? What's this? What? I'm going to drop my computer. That's not going to work. It won't turn around far enough. But she was like, oh, that's my comb, Mom. That's my comb, huh? Is it yours? Huh? Is it yours? Can you talk? She's not going to talk. She's the only one who talks. Willow opens his mouth, but no sound comes out. She's looking at him. He must have just come in here. Yep. Hi, Wee. Hi. Yeah. Did you have a bite? Well, I'm going to let you guys go. I thank you so much for being here. You wonderful people. Yeah, pussy. A pussy brush. Yeah. And it gets into the small places. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. You make my day. I can't wait till tomorrow night, Benny. Oh, dear. Clementine tried to do a Svengali on me when I went to go get my, oh, here you go. Uh-oh. They make one shape like me. You guys kill me. I love it. Yes. You know what? I'm hungry. And I don't know why. I had 2 big burritos just before I went live. It'd be awesome. It's for pussy. Thank you, D. These guys are obnoxious. I'm sorry. You be well too, and come back. And come back tomorrow, I promise. We're going to be talking about what we do to raise our vibes when we get all down and feel like, you know, I don't know. Sometimes around the new moon, I feel like I just don't have any energy left. Like it's all been just vacuumed out of me. So that's what gave me the idea to do that Lightworkers Roundtable show. Was, you know, we're all trying to shine our light, and it gets really tiring. And so what do you do to keep your energy up? So I laugh with these silly people and listen to hummingbirds chatter. I don't know if you could hear him. And hang out with YouTube people. I love you guys. You guys have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow if I don't see you before. And be kind to one another. Most of all, be kind to yourself. And yeah, those that aren't nice to you, be kind to them too. And if you find that it's impossible to be kind to them, walk away. Just turn around and walk away. Because they're not worth your frustration. They're not worth that negative energy. And then you got to work for how long to get it back up there again? Yeah, fuck them. It ain't worth it. Right? Love you guys. Take care. Take care of yourselves. We need you. And yeah, we'll see if I can get this to play the outgoing thing right now. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.